We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ark, and welcome back to some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney on the PC. We are on the final day of the fourth case. So, why don't we go ahead and get started with this? Okay. It's gonna be a long trial today, yeah. Might as well just get comfortable and sit along for the ride. December 28, 9:51 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 2. Well, this is it. Judgment Day. Today, things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things at that. Hopefully my bill. Oh. What? Did I just get zapped? Sorry, Nick. I didn't mean to. I just touched your shoulder with it, you know? Honestly, I don't think Von Karma should have really just left that stun gun lying around, you know? But, good to know it still works. Anyway, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. If you need me to, I can always, you know, little zap zap, point the gun at, Von Karma. Yeah, thanks, Maya, but don't do that in the court of law. Oh, Edgeworth is looking glum as always. More so than before. Wonder what Von Karma did to him. Whoa! Oh, ow! Did you just zap me? Sorry, trigger finger, you know? I just wanted to cheer you up, you know, with a little shock. Maya, you need to get rid of that stun gun. Or maybe just go outside and, you know, just get it out of your system. Ah, good idea. Maybe Larry will help me. Just try not to electrocute any important looking officers and such. Whoa, pal! Whoa, pal. What the heck? How'd that girl get a stun gun? Detective Gumshoe. Great. I just specifically mentioned Maya not to do that to any detective-looking people. Hey, morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning? Huh. Sounds like, Edgeworth has never really said that before. How did it go, Detective? Weren't you chasing after someone? Yep, have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. I just brought him in. Took him all night, pal. Oh, thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Hope you get overtime pay. You know, actually, after that shock I got, I actually feel pretty good now. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name, but I think that's a lie. Otherwise, why would he react to that revenge part on the letter if he couldn't remember his past? Plus, if he actually carried out this whole detailed murder plot, then he's definitely not crazy. If he does remember, I'm gonna have to prove it. We know Yogi is the murderer, right? But we also know Von Karma is the one behind it. But why? December 28, 10 a.m. District Court, Court Number 3. Maybe Von Karma just really hates Edgeworth's family? Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution ready. Right, very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Come on. Is this judge, like, really awed by every little thing that Von Karma says it does? he has to react to it like he's afraid he'll lose his job. Very well, Mr. Von Karma, sir. Your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. Which reminds me, I really ought to, update that detective's pay grade. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well. That sounds good to me, yes. Please, bring the witness into the courtroom. Something's weird here. Von Karma is being awfully, tame about this. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop in the lake from where we witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity. Witness, why did you run away yesterday? Objection. The witness was not running away as he will now testify. Okay, sure. Very well, please begin your testimony. Oh, why I left court? I'm really sorry about leaving yesterday like I did. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive thingamajigs, right? I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday, yeah, just is. Very well. Witness, please don't fall asleep on the stand. I know how it gets when you're this age, but stay awake. Let's begin the cross-examination before he falls asleep again, shall we? I gotta get his name out of him somehow. I know it's Yanni Yogi. I'm gonna prove it. So he just left yesterday. Wasn't running away, sure. Went to buy some food for Polly. He's looking away, so he might be... But he's definitely up to some food. Well, you know, Polly is a bit of a gourmand, you see. She only eats these high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them in the big pet shop downtown. But you weren't arrested until this morning. Where the heck were you until then? Why didn't you go back to your shack? Well, I kinda got lost, you see? Objection. The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. Like his address. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack. Right. Nice try, Von Karma. I don't think anyone's buying that. I buy that. So he was lost. I myself, too, get lost sometimes, even on my way to the bathroom. God damn it, Your Honor. You're not helping me here. I think I got nothing to do with this incident. I didn't want to... I don't know how we're gonna prove it. We need to draw something out of him. Hold it. You've lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yep, seems like it. Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? You sound pretty sure of that. Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, I mean, you know exactly who you are, don't you? Objection. The witness has testified quite clearly, and he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof. Irrefutable medical proof, if you can find it. Nah, he's got me there. How do I prove what the heck is in that guy's head? Sounds impossible. I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness. Please continue. I mean, need one of those emotive things, right? And I think you do. How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim Robert Hammond. So you took revenge on them, right?
Objection. Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible.
Gotta prove he's lying. Or it's just gonna be this over and over and over until the trial ends.
Might I say something, Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past, or lack thereof, into question. But what does it have to do with the current case?
Well, yes, Your Honor. This witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. But both of these statements are lies.
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, there is a serious problem with your claim, or are you saying you know who this witness is?
Of course, Your Honor.
Ho ho! Now this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So, who is he?
Quit playing dumb, Von Karma.
Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name.
It's Gregory. It's not Gregory, right? Unless it was. That'd be a twist. That'd be a pretty big twist. His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff.
Yogi? Like the bear? Sounds familiar. Oh! Yanni Yogi? From the DO6 incident.
Wait, the judge heard of it? Well, I guess it was a famous case.
What does this mean?
Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive.
Objection. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This man, this witness, is Yanni Yogi. Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may require. You need proof. Allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory.
Okay. I gotta do this. I'm doing this, yeah. Otherwise, if I can't prove that he's Yogi right here, then this case is over. Nick, how are you gonna prove it? I mean, how can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi? You know, I think it's quite simple. Your Honor, just please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll just compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago.
I see. Makes sense. That's reasonable.
I don't like that tisking.
I am so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright.
But why is that?
Well, the witness has no fingerprints.
What? Excusez-moi? No fingerprints? Yeah, you see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. And I burned my fingers working with the stuff, yep. Oh, what? You lying little sneak, Yogi. You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past, didn't you?
Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity.
No.
Well, what will you do now, Mr. Wright? Well, it seems that the case has been decided, no?
No. I know what happened. I know most of it, I think. I just can't prove it. I don't have the details. In fact, one of the important details was stolen from me by a guy with a stun gun. But I can't prove anything like this. I can't let it end. I can't lose. Must be another way.
There is no other way. There's no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one.
Nick, what do we do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints and covered his identity so well. What do I do?
Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine this parrot for a little comic relief, huh?
Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, you know that, Von Karma? Hang on a minute. Cross-examine his parrot? I don't like that look on your face, Nick. You're not gonna... Are you? Yes, I am. Your Honor? As crazy as this sounds, the defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal.
Take his what up? My proposal?
Exactly, Your Honor. I'd like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot.
Order! Order! What do you think, Mr. Von Karma? Need you even ask? This is a farce. I object.
I object to your objection. Wait 1 second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine a parrot, Von Karma. So, I have a right to do as you suggested. After all, your word is law here, isn't it?
Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences.
Nick, this is crazy, even by your standards.
Well, you still want to go through with your little game?
Yes, I am. I say let the parrot take the stand. I'll cross-examine her myself, Your Honor. Yeah.
This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard in my entire career.
Yeah, well, get used to it. I mean, Von Karma's rigged every testimony, every piece of evidence, except the parrot's. She might be my last and only chance. I hope.
Bailiff, bring in the parrot.
Well,
that's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name. The witness is ignoring me and just focused on her feathers.
Huh. Must hurt to be ignored by a bird.
Very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please, testify for us.
Who's your owner? Hello, hello. Alright.
Certainly the most, concise testimony we've had so far. Nothing suspicious about it. Very well. You begin your cross-examination.
Right. What do we do? What are you gonna do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya? Don't ask me. This was your idea. I guess we should get some information out of her? I mean, we need to show the judge that her owner is Mr. Yogi, right? Do we press? Hold it. Witness? You can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I need you to testify. Maya, talk to her. Right, what do I say? I think we said, have we forgotten something before, right? Didn't that work? If I recall 2 days ago... Polly, have we forgotten something? Alright, don't forget DL6. Alright. Yeah. Maybe if I can get Polly to say that here... I'll prove the caretaker has something to do with DL6. Polly, girl, have we forgotten something? Hello, alright. That's not what you're supposed to say. Forget something we forgot? Hello, alright. It's not working, Nick. She won't say it. What? This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it?
Tisk. Something the matter, Mr. Wright?
No. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. Did he do this on purpose to trap us? He couldn't have retrained the parrot, could he? Did he train her not to respond when we asked if we'd forgotten anything? Ah, that dirty son of a... Hold it. Witness, you're here to speak, so speak to me. Come on, girl.
Frankly, I can't believe that you're speaking to a parrot.
Okay. Let's try this one more time. Hold it. Witness, alright. Okay, what do we say? Let's just get her to say her name. Hey, Polly, what's your name? Polly, alright?
Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity?
I think it does, actually. Yes, it does.
Huh, fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her her owner's identity. Then show us this proof.
Nick, don't you think you're taking your bluffing a little too far? I'm not bluffing. Sort of. Look, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he's Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. And I think I know what to do. Your Honor, the proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is... Polly Jenkins committed suicide, right? Yeah. Take this!
The DL6 case file? Objection. Thought I got rid of that. It's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on, then? Show us or stop wasting our time. Very well, Mr. Wright, please point out to us the page and a paragraph and... well, just point it to us. Where are we supposed to be looking in this damn file? Where is the information connected to this parrot's name?
Hang on a second. Where is it under? Case summary, victim data, suspect data. Right, so... it's on the suspect data page. Okay, I guess I gotta point it out to everyone in the court again. Look, this page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see?
Indeed, it does say that, yes.
Now, what was his fiancée's name again?
Polly Jenkins. Polly?
Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her.
I see. I guess that is possible. Objection. A mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé? I mean, she's only 7 years old. Indeed. Alone, it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence.
Yeah, now could someone tell me where on earth I could find that? Nick, we're so close. Just one more, if we could just get one more piece of evidence. Yeah, but what?
Very well, Miss. You may continue.
Okay, well, the name was something. Let's figure out what else we can ask it. Maybe the number of that safe. That is something we got her to say once. The safe? Why? But we just needed her to say something, anything, okay? Polly, what was the number to the safe in the shack? 1228. 1228.
Why, what a reckless bird. That's a terrible security system. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker.
Actually, maybe it does. 1228. That's the day of the case, right? I think it does, yes. Oh, it does. That's why I had her say it.
Ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity?
Take that.
The DL6 case file, again? What is this obsession you have with that case? Mr. Wright, where in this file is something relating to that safe's number?
The case summary. Look, it's right there, on the case summary page.
The what summary?
The case summary. Specifically, the date on which the DL6 incident occurred.
The date of the incident, December 28. Why, that's today's date, 15 years ago.
And the number to that safe is 1228.
Oh!
He used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him.
I see. Certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates. I myself have done that before. Objection. This is not tangible proof. I set my ATM card's number to 0001 because I'm number 1. It has nothing to do with the date. Nothing.
Maya, did you hear that? Yeah. Okay, if you have a chance, see if you can get his card. Because then we just go to an ATM and then input that number. On second thought, maybe let's not do it while the judge is watching.
That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here. This is mere coincidence, that's all. True, it is a possibility. However, 2 coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me. What are you saying? Summon the caretaker of the boat shop, immediately.
Well, thank God the judge has some sense.
Witness.
Oh, you hear that objection thing?
Tell us your name. Objection. Wait. This witness, he doesn't remember.
Nah, it's okay.
Whoa. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done.
Nick, he looks different somehow. Like, his aura. Yeah, I think this is the real Yogi. I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 whole years.
Well, let me ask you again, then. Please state your name to the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court. Order! Order! Yanni Yogi! So, was it you who killed Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. Told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So, I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We've won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancée, my social standing. Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond.
Oh. Now we're getting to the real crux of this issue.
Von Karma, where did Mr. Yogi go? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession. The defendant Miles Edgeworth is innocent, in this case at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand?
I don't like Von Karma's wording.
There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections?
Let me fiddle with the volume a little bit. Huh. I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying something? He's gonna lose at this rate.
Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. Huzzah!
Hey, raining confetti!
That is all. This court is adjourned.
What?
Did someone say objection?
It wasn't Von Karma, it sounds like... Wait, doesn't... But that means... No. Oh no. Edgeworth?
Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What? I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge, but revenge for what?
Nick, Edgeworth is trying to confess. Your client's gonna say he's guilty. He's gonna tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He's gonna tell them he killed his own dad. What do I do? What do I do? Yeah, even if I raise an objection, it's probably not gonna change anything, is it? If Edgeworth wants to do it, then let him do it. Sure, Edgeworth must have thought about this long and hard, right? I don't think this is my place to interfere. Let's just trust Edgeworth. Are you sure, Nick? I don't think... Yeah, there's nothing we can do about this. This is his problem now. If he wants to bring this issue up, then go ahead. It sounds like Von Karma would have brought it up anyways. For 15 years, I've had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare, that's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Quite similar to this case. Everything was as clear as day. Murderer. The criminal in the DL6 incident. It was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me. Did he just point at me, but pointing at him?
Order! Order! Oh, this is certainly unexpected. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to another crime. Crime for which the statute of limitations would run out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. It's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now. We tried this man for his crime of 15 years ago. Order, I think I would like a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned.
Excuse me, I gotta clear my throat. December 28, 2:24 p.m. Yep. So, time for recess.
I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all your effort, apparently. Mr. Edgeworth, I don't believe it, sir. I mean, you killed your dad. I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective, but it's the truth. I deserve to be punished like a bad boy. Murder is murder no matter what the circumstances. What? This is crazy. Just crazy.
Nick, what are you doing? I was just reading through the court record once more. Getting my case ready, you know? Your case? What for? What? Isn't it obvious? I'm trying to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent.
What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. I mean, he confessed that he did it in court.
Well, I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare.
But what?
I mean, it's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. Well, in any case, tighten your belts, because the real fight is just beginning. I'm gonna prove you're innocent. Just trust me, okay?
Right? I have never once trusted you.
But maybe. We'll see. December 28, 2:30 p.m. District Court, Courtroom number 3.
Now then, I would like to resume our trial. Judge. Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He's confessed his crime. Let's begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. Statute of limitations on DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to finish this one by the book.
I see. So, no dragging this case out to 3 extra days? Well, does the defense have any objections? Nope, Your Honor. On karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? I mean, whether Miles confessed to it or not, you would have dragged it out.
Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court.
When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I think I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. And that'll be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please, please, don't say something stupid. Be reasonable, Edgeworth. That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. What exactly? Let's see, there's the gunshot, right? What about this fire, right? Clues found. The murder weapon was fired twice, though. That's weird. Oh, maybe that's the problem that Phoenix has. And until now, you thought this memory was a dream. We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events.
The same claim Mr. Yogi made.
Very well, there's a lot of memory loss happening today. But I understand. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Time to do it. Time to drag this whole thing out from under the carpet. Okay, nothing wrong so far. Something heavy fell right. Drew it up. One stuff fell right. And there was a single gunshot. Let's press this, make sure. The gun fired once. Yes. I think after I threw it I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. The scream? Huh. But yeah. We're just gonna have to present the case file. Objection! Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream, then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came.
I see.
No, Your Honor, I don't think you do. Now, here's what I see. Look at this file. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony.
Objection. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Again, which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony?
Really? I gotta point it out every single time? Get it? Victim data, right? Alright, Von Karma. Here. It's the victim data in this file. It says, quite plainly, the murder weapon was fired twice. But Miles Edgeworth only heard one shot. So how is it the murder weapon was fired twice, huh? The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shot? Not like a pistol can drop on the floor and fire twice by accident.
Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot?
Objection. Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident.
Oh, spoken like a true Edgeworth.
I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we've heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with this case?
I think so. Your Honor, I think I'll be able to show you proof.
What? Impossible.
No, Mr. Von Karma. You save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence, please. It's not going to be good for your heart. Very well, Mr. Wright, show us your proof. Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident? I think so. It's probably this photo here. Take this. See this photo? Now, this is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago, yes? I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. And this proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo is all the proof you need. So let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired. Where?
Your Honor, please don't make this hard for me again. Show the judge contradiction in the photo. I guess here? Take that. Look, as should be obvious, the contradiction is here.
Let's see. A bullet hole in the door.
Your Honor, look, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. And yet, there's also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice, thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot.
Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
Well, it's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. Conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else.
Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be?
Well, the murderer, of course.
Objection. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file, and look closely. I suggest the case summary page.
The case summary? On page 1? Let's see, air in elevator? Depleted, no clues. What does that mean?
Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene.
He does have a point.
That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door.
Really? Just gonna say that, oh, that hole existed in an entirely separate fashion.
Order! I will have order! Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly. That the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked this second bullet. So all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim.
Tisk. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter.
More like you praise his slow thinking. How did this happen again? Don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist, but where is it? Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection and pointing your finger? I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick? I mean, if the second bullet wasn't there, then maybe all my conjectures are nothing. What? No, but you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. Yeah, but, you know, it's just... When I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it, I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot, but now... Maybe I was wrong to think it could be that simple. this case has been unsolved for 15 years. Nick, now's not the time to doubt yourself, man.
Well, it seems that we've finally cleared up this incident. Only one bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth.
Precisely.
And I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections?
No. No, I do not.
So, you killed your father, though that was not your intention.
Yes, I did.
No. Oh no, he's accepted the guilt.
Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today right here.
Right now.
Indeed. Does anyone have any objections?
I've been in this dark place before. It's like my first day in court. In pretty much every other case. So many things I know I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank and I can't find the words.
Mr. Wright.
I have an objection, yes. Objection! Your Honor, I object.
Tisk. Still objecting. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object?
Nick? I don't know, his case is perfect. Oh no. It must exist. The second bullet. What? Who said that? Did you just say something? Well, nothing. The second bullet must exist. But where? I mean, yeah, the file clearly states the weapon was fired twice, so the second bullet doesn't just magically disappear. Someone took it.
Did someone say something? Seems that waiting is not going to produce any answers from Mr. Wright.
Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet, it exists. Existed.
What? But we've just heard proof that it did not exist.
Yeah, I heard that too, Your Honor. Look, I'm grasping here. I think I'm going crazy. I'm hearing voices in my head. But it's just... someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's probably what happened.
But who?
The murderer, of course.
Objection. The murderer? Then tell us, just who is this murderer?
I'm still drawing a blank about that.
So the criminal took the second bullet, but why?
Huh?
First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Is there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet?
Guessing the murderer had to find it? Yeah, of course there was a need. That's why they took it.
What possible reason could they have had?
Well, the reason the murderer took the bullet away from the scene with them is... I guess the murderer was cautious? But the murderer was a very cautious sort, I guess. That's why the murderer had to search for that bullet?
Objection. If that was the case, they should have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well.
Huh?
Why would they only take one of the two shots fired?
Right.
Mr. Wright, have you really thought this through? I'm gonna have to penalize you.
That doesn't feel good. This isn't going so well.
Was there some pressing need for...
I guess... maybe the murderer didn't have to spend time looking for it? Why would he have spent time looking for a bullet, right? So... I don't know.
What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true.
But... had to take... Had to take it? Who said that? Oh god, I really am losing it. Wait, the murderer? The murderer had to take it? What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken.
Mr. Wright, are you okay? You're pale and sweating.
Yeah, Your Honor. I might be coming down with something. I don't know if what I'm doing is what I should be, but, see, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene, but the murderer had to take the bullet.
Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean?
Your guess is as good as mine, but, yeah, for instance, what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer.
The bullet hit the murderer?
You know, just saying, for instance, you know? I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? Well, you could just perform surgery right there. Right? You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Yeah, wait, hang on a second. I mean, I was just bullshitting right there, but what if that's really what happened?
Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer themselves was shot? And they left with the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime.
Yeah, that seems to be how it would work.
But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean
the murderer came from outside, yeah? God, Phoenix still had to be helped by his chief, even at the end. You know, I'm kind of glad that later on in the series, Phoenix doesn't require Mia's help anymore, as he's become more mature and smart and confident, even if he still has to bullshit his way sometimes. So the two men fight inside the elevator, and trying to stop them,
boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges and the bullet...
Alright, the bullet... I don't know who's talking here, but the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. Then the boy loses consciousness. And the murderer opens the elevator door, sees the men inside, then using that gun, shoots Gregory.
Mr. Wright, you are truly a most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever seen. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say.
Objection. What are you saying? Deny it right now. Deny it. No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer.
No one was wounded at the time of the incident. Yeah, he's right. Doesn't seem like anyone had received an injury. Hey, Nick. I just thought of something really crazy. Okay, hear me out. Crazy? You remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday?
Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
That must have been quite a shock for Von Kalmer. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting.
Alright, hear me out. What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Why are you genius, you? Which would mean, it could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. Yeah, he was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. So it was Von Karma this whole time. Right. Pretty sure anyone could have guessed that from his suspicious behavior in this whole case. Oh man.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright. You seem dazed. More than usual.
No, nothing, Your Honor. It's just...
Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect?
Should I come out and say it now? I guess I should, right? Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect.
Well, this is certainly interesting news. Pray tell, Mr. Wright, who is your suspect?
Yeah, my hands are shaking. If I'm right, then this will be a case breaker. If I'm wrong, then...
What?
What? Von Karma.
Von Karma? Von Karma? Me?
I like Von Karma's just smirking.
You mean the Von Karma? Sir Von Karma, the prosecutor, the one standing right over there?
A humbug.
You don't object, sir?
I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with an objection?
Maybe because I'm right? Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you always pride yourself on having a perfect record and perfect attendance. Why take such a long vacation without any reason?
So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident. Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify.
Nick?
Hang on a second.
Nick, I think we gotta find his doctor. Let's find out who it is.
It's no use.
Edgeworth? You have something to say?
I know Von Karma perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. Probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness.
Come on, nobody's that perfect, really? So, what now, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? Wow. He did it all just so he didn't have to leave any trail of a doctor behind. I don't think he could have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself, can you? Hang on. Does that mean... I mean, the bullet has to be somewhere, right? But... where?
Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot?
I think I can. Yeah. There's something in my inventory right here. Yeah, I didn't think this would be useful, but... Alright, Von Karma. I'm gonna prove it. I'll use evidence, too. I know how much you like it.
What?
Evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is... a metal detector. We all know Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery leaving an evidence trail. So then, I ask, where is that bullet now? I mean, it's unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself.
You don't mean...
I do. There's a possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma.
Is that even possible for all these years?
Well, there's one way to find out. I have this handy little metal detector right here. You up for it, Von Karma? Let's run this over you and see what we find.
Objection. I refuse.
You refuse? But refusing would mean... you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you?
Haha, can't run now, Von Karma.
Order! Order! Order, I say!
Nope, no order. Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector.
Objection. Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy.
Objection. Well, the statute of limitations runs out on this case today. You're the one who said we had to end this right here, right now. Better not leave any room for doubt, right?
Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing.
Nick, what are you trying to say? I don't know, but I think we have to give it a shot, right? I mean, if I'm right, Beep. Yep, it reacted. Something metal is inside his right shoulder. That must be the bullet. Mr. Von Karma? You? It was you.
I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident.
What?
I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6.
Really? You're gonna use that excuse? It's so flimsy.
But Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that?
Prove? You forget how this court works. I have no obligation to prove anything. It's Mr. Wright who must prove something here. The burden of proof is on him, not I.
Mr. Wright? He has a point, unfortunately. Can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6?
Of course he can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence.
Yeah, because you took it out of the courtroom records, out of the records room yesterday. You didn't leave anything behind for us, did you?
With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright.
No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma.
What?
You know, you were close. Just one day away from freedom. But I think I do have proof.
What? Impossible.
Yeah, who would have thought you'd dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I think I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. I think it's this one. Because the bullets were fired from the same gun, so they should have matching markings. And this bullet right here that he dropped, prove it.
That's a bullet.
Where did you get that?
Well, this is something a little birdie dropped right after he zapped us, you see. Or before, I guess. This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident, taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistic markings intact.
Ballistic markings?
You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago.
Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. Examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate.
Now, we have 2 bullets in our possession here, one of which is stuck in that guy's shoulder, but one, this bullet, removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. And 2, the other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets, and if the markings matched, we'd know that both bullets have been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol. In other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Well, Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder, please. And we'll just compare the ballistic markings and solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma?
That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know.
Yeah, he did mention that scream that haunted him. Help, I can't breathe.
Quiet, I said, quiet. You're not making this any easier.
Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air. And then... Get away. Bang. Get away from my father. Then this goes bang.
Son of a bitch. Who shot my shoulder? It's that scream I heard in the elevator. 15 years ago. Von Karma
It was you who screamed.
What do you say to that, huh?
Mr. Von Karma.
Edgeworth, only you would dare defy me. So it was you. You and your father are my curse. Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you with my bare hands. Death.
Ugh. And he's just gonna continue banging his head on the wall. Perfect. 15 years earlier.
Chief Prosecutor, I'm sorry.
On Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you.
I was careless.
Sorry, but you will have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time.
Edgeworth. It was a shock like none I had ever known. Me, penalized. It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly, I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. Must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. It was pitch black, the lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then, there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny.
And so he took that chance.
In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Who would have thought another man with spiky hair in blue? Now, yeah. Would have thought another man would have come to open the elevator door, right? Who would have thought a spiky-haired blue guy would be my undoing? Judge? What? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it.
Very well, sir. It appears that we've come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later. Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
You were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare.
Yes, Your Honor.
Therefore, this court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
not guilty.
Hooray!
Oh, that's all. This court is adjourned, finally.
December 28, 5:38 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Hey, Nick, guess what? We did it! I mean, did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. Although, he tried to take a smile in, but he's just pretending to be all cool. Inside, I'm sure you crushed him, Nick. Just crushed his soul. To little tiny bits. I gotta say, I'm impressed. I could stand to learn how to do that myself. Yeah, it was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it, and then, you know, Von Karma, and then voices in my head. Yeah, no, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. Now it's all just a good memory, right? Oh, Edgeworth, well, it's finally over, Edgeworth.
Right?
Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this. I've I don't think I've ever said this before, so... we know, Edgeworth. Come on, just try it. Say thank you. I appreciate you, Wright. You're welcome? Could have done better than that, you know? Yeah, sorry, I'm not good at this sort of thing. I'll practice, though. Yeah, you do. You better practice a lot, Edgeworth. I just got you there. Oh, wow, amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I'll owe you one, pal. Hey, tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Well, my salary went down a bit earlier ago, though. But who cares? Cup noodle for everybody. See, Mr. Edgeworth? You should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you thank somebody. With materialistic goods. I see. Ooh. I feel foolish. Don't worry. Just take it a little at a time. We'll get you there sooner or later. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Maybe even longer since he's actually said the thank you. Hey, y'all. Oh, Lotto. What are you doing here, girl? I was watching. Y'all were great in there. Well, thanks. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats. Thank y'all very much? A little unnatural, but I accept it. Yeah, I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. I mean, just look at you. Wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, you know, bygones be bygones, right? I say. Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta? Oh, who, me? I went back to college. Yeah, I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? Huh. Too bad. Huh? Oh. Hey, isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Uh-oh. It's over, Nick. My life is over. Not again. What's going on, Larry? Why the sad face? Nick, I'm not long for this world. Oh, you don't look sick to me. It's Fiancé. She's gonna live in Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind for that place. Just like my previous girl. Huh. What is it about Paris that keeps attracting all his girlfriends? Hey, oh, Edgy. Hey, man. Yes, man. Hey, congrats, dude. Here, little gift from me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Hey, Harry Butts, you come along tonight too. My treat, pal. Thanks. Yeah, looking forward to it. Hey, psst, Nick. Isn't that suit that questioned me? So, when he says treat, that's not like police talk for prison food, right? Right? Yeah, you'll be fine, Larry. Right. Yeah, what's up? That envelope that Larry gave me, it's got money in it. Huh. That's not strange. I mean, people give money away to celebrate, right? It's $38, Mr. Wright. Well, that's a weird amount. It's not a little, but it's not a lot either. Wait, $38 exactly? But, Nick? Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? $38? No. No. Larry, it was you? What are you so surprised about, Wright? Huh? Oh, I mean, Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. And he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. Well, I never was good at history. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you?
I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it, the whole class was against you, remember?
Yeah, I remember all too well.
Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts.
I know.
Really, Wright, I'm surprised you didn't figure it out all these years.
Yeah, me too. Oh, this is an unexpected turn of events, eh? Edgeworth? Why didn't you tell me? Come on, Nick. It was 15 years ago. I think the statute of limitations has run out, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'd say so, yes.
Well, there you have it. What does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. Now I find out that Larry was guilty the whole time, that's why he spoke up, and Edgeworth knew the truth the whole time, that's why he spoke up.
Well, you have always been something of an insufferable emotionalist.
Yeah, what he said. You get worked up too easily, too. Death, the death sentence for the both of you. Even though I just got Edgeworth off the death sentence, but I think they have room for you, right? If only I'd known, I'd have become a prosecutor or something.
Same goes for me, only the other way around, I guess. For the longest time, I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all.
Edgeworth.
You want to switch, right?
Hey, line up. I'll take a photo. Ooh, photo time. Let's go.
Yeah, and after that, dinner on me. I know a really cheap joint just across the street.
Well, Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night,
and we celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom.
Even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention, but it was the spirit. So he wasn't there when we celebrated, but I mean, we got some takeout for him. So it's about the same thing.
Next day, December 29, 5:02 a.m. God, that's early. Oh boy, went a little overboard yesterday. Must have been all that cheap booze. My head hurts. Still only 5. Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this? A letter.
Oh. Good morning, Nick. At least I think it's morning when I'm writing this. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you made me think about what I'm doing here. I mean, I'm a spirit medium in training, I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. For reals, this time. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Yep, this is goodbye, Nick. Well, not if Mia has something to say about it. Goodbye? What time is it? Oh no, the first trains for the mountains have already left. I gotta get to the station. I'm sure the spirit of Mia, and as well as the avatar I'm using, will help us out this time. Or not. I guess I'm too late. Oh, hey. Nick. Hiya. So you're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits, And, I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. You'll probably just, pick up another spunky girl to be your assistant and go on crazy wild adventures. So, be good, okay? Oh, hold it. Oh, wait. What? I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help. Huh? Yeah, on the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice. You heard my sister? Are you sure? Yeah, just her voice, but still. At the very end when I thought we'd lost everything. Huh. That's my sister for you. Wait, Nick, you wouldn't happen to be a spirit medium, would you? Or related to one? You know, Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, even Larry, even my dead sister is helping. I'm the only one who couldn't help. Guess I'm just useless, Nick. No, you're not useless. You were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya. Hmm? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze and get zapped by a stun gun. Well, sorry to say, but I have evidence that you helped. Evidence? What? Are we in the courtroom now? Let's show Maya some evidence. And not be like the time when I tried to cheer up Larry. This one. Take that. The bullet? Yeah, Von Karma was convinced he had taken all of the evidence pertaining to DL6 away. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. I mean, you literally tussled with him and managed to pry it out of him. And this was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. Without it, we wouldn't have won the case, and you're the one who gave it to me. Nick. Oh, thanks, Maya. I'm being truthful when I say this, but I couldn't have done it without you. You know, I think I'll be back soon. What? I'm gonna complete my training and come back. Okay. I'll be waiting. Yeah, of course you will. I mean, you can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless. But I don't know about that. Come on. Oh, there's the train. So, this is it. Yep. See you soon, Maya. However long that will take. No, I'm sure it won't be that long, you know? Thanks, Nick. So my story ends, and time to turn a new page. Say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Although I'm pretty sure he'll still be a novice in the later series until the modern ones. Now a new story begins. The same old crazy cast of characters. Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur.
Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim?
Yeah, Your Honor. I've got a bad feeling about this. Objection! On second thought, no. Concept, script, direction, huh. Yep. This is the end of the original Phoenix Wright game. Hey pal, Mr. Edward came down to precinct to wish a happy new year. Talk about a pleasant surprise. Ooh, Detective Gumshoe! And then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Don't know what that's about. Kinda like he was embarrassed or something. Yeah, strange. Edward's trying to learn how to be more human. Huh? Me? Nick? No, I haven't seen him lately. Oh, me? I've been working at a cheese shop, you know? Miss is a nice lady. She's not exactly what you'd call a cheap date. Oh, her? She's in Hawaii right now, yeah. After Paris, it was Hawaii? Huh. Yeah, so now we're just interviewing all the other characters. What? Who? Wright? Oh, yeah, I remember him. I hear he's been busy, you know? Not to ring my own bell, I sort of taught him everything he knows in the first tutorial. I'm sure he's grateful. Oh yes, so many people are grateful to you, Mr. Payne. Oh, the bellboy. Phoenix Wright, Ah yes, the defense attorney for whom I wrote that affidavit for, yes. You should know, I've taken over management of the Gatewater Hotel recently. Should you be in the area, please stop by. We host all sorts of people, even presidentials. can't believe we're going through all the characters.
Oh, it's you. Phoenix Wright. Oh yes, Mia's understudy, was he not? I wonder how he's doing. Haven't seen him of late. Ah, the days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemon, you know.
Who was talking to these people? Interviewing them. Maybe it's Maya. She's looking for Nick and just like talking to all their acquaintances. Oh god, it's old bag. Phoenix Wright. Is that an actor? Well, I ain't buying it. You can't be a star with a name like Phoenix. I don't want to DVD what everything that I'm supposed to give out. I wish I could say this is the last time we see an old windbag, but it's not. I'm pleased to announce the Pink Princess is a hit. I sure owe Mr. Wright a great deal. Oh, and, you know, I'm keeping my face out of the public eye till the show's over. Wonder if I ruin any kid's dreams, you know? Seeing the Pink Princess and then finding out there's a dude underneath it all. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would scar any kids. Who else? Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Oh, I got a letter from Maya the other day. Sounds like she caught a cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit, but didn't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess trading cards. She says she can't buy them where she is. What kind of place is she living at anyway? So the person they're talking to isn't Maya? Okay. Then well, that. Hey, it's Cody. Right? Who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Pink Princess, you know? That's the newest stuff. You know, I snuck into the studio the other day, and I saw her, the one inside the Pink Princess suit. Ugh. That was like a gorilla. It was a shock for a boy my age. Yep. Someone did see under the suit. Oh god. Oh yeah, I remember Ryan, that lawyer dude. Huh? Me? I'm in training to become a paranormal photographer. You know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind him there was a ghost. Yeah, for real. I mean, that's talent. I'm gonna be famous one of these days. A ghost. Oh, I know who it is. Yeah. Come on, show us. Yay, it is Mia. Is that Gumshoe throwing confetti? Yeah, V for victory against Von Karma. Oh, and of course, don't forget this is a game made by Capcom. Oh, hold it. And there's a brand new episode. Yeah, the original game in Japan, I think released on the Game Boy Advance, it only had 4 episodes. But when they remade it for the West on the Nintendo DS, they included a 5th episode. And this HD remake of the trilogy also includes that extra episode. Oh, I'm sure we will get to that next time on the stream. So, thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the last of episode 4 of Phoenix Wright. Now we're going to be going on to episode 5 of the first game, which is sort of like an extra episode, not really like an epilogue, but just, you know, just extra stuff. But I'm sure it'll be fun, and it kind of also like ties into Phoenix and Edgeworth's relationship, especially how, like, you know, how is Edgeworth supposed to continue on with his career, right? Knowing that he was misled by his father's murderer and his whole beliefs, right? So, yeah, good stuff. You'll see in the next episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. And this is Ark saying, I'll see you then. Have a good day.